Thank you and welcome to the show this morning. The topic this morning is gender harassment in the public arena. And we're fortunate to have with us Alana McLaughlin to talk about some instances of gender harassment, not only within the school system, but in general, and not only that, to talk about it from an international point of view. And of course, Alana, let me welcome you to the show this morning, and to tell you how delighted we are to have you, and also to again remind our audience that you've been with us on many, many occasions now, and that all of these topics are topics of your own selection in a real sense. And so the one that you've selected today has to do with gender harassment in the public arena. And let's give you an opportunity to do that. But before we start, let's have you to give us some information about your background, your education, and some of the things that were important in terms of leading you to us this morning. And then we'll make some statements in reference to what we mean when we talk about gender harassment.
Well, Dr. Haney, I was born on August 27th, 2002, approximately 5 o'clock. My mother is Cheryl Lynn Haney and my father is Michael Lynn McLaughlin. I was raised in Mount Juliet with you, my grandmother, and my mother, and my father. I am very involved with the church. I am an acolyte, and every now and then I can lead a prayer or two. I am honestly very involved in school. I study a lot, and I made a bullying group to help stop bullying. And what that did was it cut down the amount of bullying at my school, so I guess that helped a lot. Because a lot of people were being bullied at my school, and I just thought it was pretty sad to see them being pushed around like that and not be able to defend themselves. And I just decided that I'm going to stop that. So I made my bullying group, and we're all standing up together, and we're saying, stop the bullying.
Very good. Now, Alana, this topic that you have here today, gender harassment, you're going to have to explain to our audience this morning exactly what do you mean by gender harassment, and perhaps give us some examples in terms of gender harassment.
Well, gender harassment in the elementary schools, which I am currently viewing, in my elementary school, there isn't much gender harassment. It's about as much as the next school, and well, mainly gender harassment is when sometimes a man harasses a woman, but it can be the other way around. A woman can harass a man, such as stalking, spamming, scamming. You could kidnap them, just take them hostage for $1,000, and that would also be gender harassment.
And so gender harassment appears in many, many facets, and one of the things about this gender harassment, you've indicated that it starts early, you know, even in the early grades in school. I think you're in the 4th grade now, and you can probably give us some examples in terms of how that has impacted you from the very, very beginning of your school career, not only in the 4th grade, but during earlier periods in your school career.
Well, on May 25th, May 24th actually, is my last day of school. It's a half day. So I think on July 11th, that's the day I'll be going to John Early Middle School. So I'm going to be viewing a whole new life. I'm not going to say species because I guess we're all humans. So I'm going to be viewing a new point of people, older people, like more people. I'm going to be viewing like a new surrounding. I'm going to have a new perspective on everything because I'm not in elementary school anymore. So I guess gender harassment in middle school, I can't really talk about that because I haven't really
experienced
it that yet, because I'm not at that point in my life yet. But as I have seen, I've been on expeditions to many elementary schools, and as I've seen students being pushed against lockers and put in lockers and being pushed on the ground and beat up. So boys beating up boys and girls fighting with girls, pulling the hair, breaking hair, cutting their arms and legs and beating them up, giving them bruised and black eyes. So that's another example of gender harassment, where you harass somebody And it doesn't have to even, it can even start with toddlers. Beating up each other is still gender harassment.
Gender harassment.
So it's more complex than most people think of it, because it's, even if you slap them across the face, that is still counted as gender harassment.
Very good. And of course, we're going to first take this first commercial break, Lana, and then we're going to be back with our audience following this very, very short commercial break.